So I'm gonna go back. I'm gonna go back to the Manzanita Burls where I used to do quite a bit of these. In winter and they were sitting out in the rain, so couldn't do much of them. But it's finally drying out a bit. I'm hoping this one's dry. I put it up out of the weather for the last month or so. But other than that, I find these on the beach, some local private beaches that I'm familiar with, and they're just burned burls from some of the, we call them manzanita, but there's a few varieties of trees up there that have these type of root systems. So these are all that's left. They burn in a fire, which we get occasionally in our foothills, and over the years past the fire, rains come and wash a lot of soil down the hills, down the creeks, and out into the ocean. So they float around out there and wash up on the beach. So these could be 5 years old, 50 years old. They're as hard as stone. They're full of dirt and rock, and you can leave them on the ground for 10 years and they won't rot. They just sit there. So they're beautiful inside. The outside is completely covered in charcoal. They tend to be dark because of that, but the wood is beautiful. It's often purplish red, and that's kind of what I'm expecting, hoping for. See what we can get out of it. So start turning it, cleaning it up, and we'll just see what we find. That's what they're all about. Suit up, mask up, and helmet up while we're doing this. Well, see, there's that color I'm talking about. It's underneath all that charcoal. Gorgeous. Pretty good. They usually have a lot of rock and dirt inside. And this one did have a rock. I actually cut right through it with a carbide tool. But here's what I'm talking about. The color is on the inside, deep inside. Beautiful red. Right, this is supposed to be red, but it's got a lot of air bubbles in it, so I think it's kind of on the pink side at the moment. I hope it's more red later. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of covered it pretty good. It's the fun part. We get to try to take it out. Sometimes it goes well. Hey, here it goes. All right. Huh. Looks like I got a more orange than red. I put red. I think I used a little white pearl. But that looks kind of cool. I got some flames moving through there, so I'm good. I got some swirl in there. That's what I'm hoping for. Got a little wobble in it, but that's fine. Got a little bowl. Let's start working on a bowl. So removing this epoxy was painfully slow. It was coming off in nice ribbons, but I was pushing really hard on the tool. It is a beveled tool, so it gives you those nice little ribbons as opposed to shattering, but it sure is slow. I finally got tired of messing around, and I was far enough away from the edges I thought it would be safe that I went to a more aggressive pointy tool, which is my deep hollowing tool, and just started shattering that stuff off, and man, it came out so much faster. And I just hoped I didn't do any serious damage, but got a lot of material removed and went back to the bevel tool to clean up the shattered look. and fortunately it turned out well. So I'm just using a little alcohol to clean up the sanding dust on there to get it all cleaned off so it doesn't affect the finish, and it dries real quickly. And then I went back with water locks and applied a few coats of that on here, which gave it a beautiful shiny coat, which looks just incredibly nice, and it highlights the color that I had talked about in the beginning from that reddish purple, and then it fades into the charcoal black around the edges. I just really thought it turned out really cool. So here is the almost finished product, and what I mean by that is I just finished sanding the bottom, and I got to put a finish on it. But I won't have time to come back later today, and it's supposed to rain. I can't get out in the shop too easily if it's raining. So anyway, this is was supposed to be a reddish colored bowl. Instead, it turned out to be orange, and I'm still not quite sure how that happened, other than mixing a red and another color created orange. But I didn't think white and red would do that. I thought it'd be like pink. But anyway, I got some swirl in there. I'm really happy about it. The color is gorgeous. The inside is cool. Looks like I got a little animal in there with a couple of ears in the top. Winnie the Pooh or something, who knows. But this is really a cool project. I actually have a second one following up with some different colors. So I'll have a pair of them, and I don't know, maybe somebody think they're kind of cool. Also, I just recently picked up a vacuum chuck, which is helping, although I'm leaving some interesting little rings around there. So I'm not sure if I'm happy with it. Maybe not this particular cup anyway. So I might look into changing that, but that's expensive. But without that, it's really hard to finish the bottoms the way I'm doing it. I do have a Longworth, but I figure the Longworth might be problematic on the rims on epoxy, but I don't know. Not sure where to go with that one yet. But anyway, finished product, except for the stain I'm going to put on before I leave, or the water locks actually. And anyway, it turned out really cool. I think it's 8.5 inches by 2 3/4 deep. Not real deep, just a little shallow chip popcorn bowl, something like that. Anyway, hope you made it all the way through. I appreciate you watching very much. Thank you.